Now, Voluntary Norfolk is a leading charity for voluntary recruitment, supporting volunteers and organisations. And I spotted that they've got a young person's employment coach coming up. So it's not just voluntary positions, it's paid positions as well. I'm very pleased to say that Alan Hopley, their CEO, joins me on the programme now. Good morning, Alan.
Good morning, and thank you for this opportunity.
My pleasure. Welcome back. You are testament to the fact that if you've got a vacancy or something like that, you come on the Big Norfolk Job Hunt and you share it with the rest of Norfolk. But do just remind us then what Voluntary Norfolk does, Alan.
Well, we provide support for people, communities, and other community and voluntary organisations. We deliver a whole range of services, from supporting people who are lonely and isolated, to supporting carers, to supporting people on hospital discharge, working alongside the NHS, whole range of services we provide. And also we provide employment support, employment services. So we have a number of vacancies, positions within our employment services where we provide one-to-one support to help people get back into work, because one of the best ways that we can support people in terms of resilience and improve communities is helping people to get into work. So we have a number of positions available, and great opportunity to promote them here today. So thank you. No,
my pleasure. This is what it's all about. Talking about making a difference, so much of society is supported, held up by volunteers, quiet work behind the scenes. It's a huge sector, isn't it, in terms of volunteering in Norfolk?
Absolutely. Ourselves at Voluntary Norfolk, we have well over 1,000 active volunteers. And there are many other voluntary organisations that we support and work alongside who cannot do what we do without those volunteers. But we employ people as well, and that's also incredibly important to make sure that we have the support needed, be it for a paid staff. In this case, it's employment support. We have advocates working with young people, young persons employment coaches. We also have working with all ages in terms of our Chances programme in West Norfolk and King's Lynn. And also those volunteers, which are absolutely critical, as you say, make such a difference to people's lives, to our communities. Norfolk is a better place because of people who come forward wanting to volunteer, and our role, our job, or why we exist is to enable and help that to happen.
Well, Alan, we'll talk a little bit about the young person's employment coach, a paid position coming up shortly. But people listening go, oh, it's a Big Norfolk Job Hunt. Oh, it's Voluntary Norfolk. Okay, it's volunteering. You don't get paid for volunteering. But actually, if you can, there's a lot of life skills in that could help you further down the line in a career, couldn't it?
Absolutely. A lot of people volunteer in order to gain some skills, to gain confidence, and also to understand what it's like to work, say, within social care or within the NHS. So a lot of people, and that's a really positive thing, because we want everyone who comes forward to volunteer to also to get a reward back. It may not be financial, but we try to make sure that everyone who volunteers through Voluntary Norfolk or through the voluntary sector get support in terms of maybe their own loneliness and isolation, or new skills or new experiences that's going to help them either to get work, employment, or just to enrich their lives. And so it has to be a two-way street. People help others, and we make sure those volunteers also receive a reward and satisfaction and all those things that I know from being a volunteer for many, many years, I get, and everyone else who comes forward as a volunteer also receives, in terms of feeling of satisfaction, as well as the skills that they gain and new experiences and new friends and a whole new range of skills and knowledge they gain as a result of being a volunteer.
Now, we've here on the Big Norfolk Job Hunt, we'd like to look at the skills that are on offer, skills help, I should say, and support to get people either back into work, a career change, or for young people going out into the world of work for the very first time. And you know, there's a lot of people here at the BBC applying for jobs and things, and if you haven't done it for a long time, it can be really daunting. But I sort of remember those times when I was applying for my first few jobs, and it felt alien almost, and it felt quite scary. And this is where we bring in your young person's employment coach opportunity at Voluntary Norfolk, isn't it? What does the role involve, Alan?
it's very much around one-to-one support. So it is about making sure they've got the confidence and the skill sets. Will help everything from putting together a CV to interview techniques, but also just building that confidence that that person can do a really good job. They may not have been in work ever before if they're a young person, or they may have been an older person. We work with all ranges. That may be a long time since they've been in work. So sometimes it can be, as you say, daunting. Our role is very clear. We support one-to-one support. We're there as long as we needed. We work for maybe a few weeks. It could be a good number of months, whatever is required to help that person into a satisfactory and a sustained job. Because and sometimes it's might be steps towards that. Volunteering is one of those steps that you identified. So we need to move forward, and we've been very, very successful, and our success rate is very high because we recruit people who are good at working with people. So we are looking for people who might be there might be coaches in the past. They might be worked in as a carer. They may have worked in a whole range of different things, retail, who are good with people, because that's what we do. We provide that one-to-one support. So we're not wedded to a particular background, but we are wedded to skills and that individual's confidence of working with others, and we provide a whole wraparound support to enable that person who to take on these roles, be it through our Chances Employment Services or a young person's coach, has the support of a wider team, and because that's important. I mean, we need to make sure that those staff are supported and can do the job that we want them to do, and that is a very rewarding. We pay a good salary, we pay good benefits, but the huge reward is actually making a difference to people's lives, enabling a young person to get their first job, or an older person who hasn't worked maybe for 10 years back into work, and that's hugely satisfying. I can absolutely guarantee that's the case.
It's definitely a meaningful role, isn't it, to be part of the team there, but as you said, to see the outcomes there, to change people's lives.
Absolutely, and some people have almost, not to say given that's wrong, and feel so sort of low that they haven't been able to find a job, or our job is to support them, to build their confidence. And when we get the feedback we do from people that they've helped them into their job, they're really enjoying their job. They're obviously bringing an income in, but also that social interaction of working and the skills they're gaining from work is enormously satisfying. You can absolutely state that we change people's lives as a result of our employment support services. Finding someone into work is a huge step for some people. We're there to help with those steps to get them into work.
Fantastic. Well, there you go then. So as an organisation, you're providing support to people looking to get back into work, as well as paid volunteering opportunities. Plus, then you've got this young employment coach position coming up. And that closes applications, so that closes this weekend, doesn't it?
It closes, closing date's the 5th of March, so absolutely it's coming up. But can I also flag, we also promote paid work and volunteer roles in other voluntary organisations through our CBR jobs board. So on there, I looked on this morning, there's 13 jobs there, paid jobs working with Mind, Samaritans, Norfolk Community Law Service, as just a few examples on there. So come to the Voluntary Norfolk website or go to Google CBR jobs board. There's a whole range of other jobs that we're promoting across the whole voluntary sector within Norfolk. So it's jobs within Voluntary Norfolk, jobs within the voluntary sector, and of course volunteer roles that we have a whole range, and always keen for people to come forward to. If they want to volunteer, we will support that. We'll make that happen for them.
Fantastic. That's what we want to hear. Alan, it's a pleasure speaking to you as well, and well done again for all the work you guys do at Voluntary Norfolk as well. We know it's a much-needed sector, isn't it, in Norfolk and further beyond as well. That's Alan Hopley, CEO of Voluntary Norfolk. They've got a paid position there, and they do other paid positions as well, plus volunteering and coaching to help support people get back into work, get those volunteering skills as well. Loads to go out there with Voluntary Norfolk.